Hi and welcome. Welcome back if you've been here before. Um, let's share a message from Spirit. I've been getting little bits of downloads today, and the one of the first messages I got today was to connect to your higher self, um, really deeply connect. And for that, it requires us to find stillness within and stillness around us. And it's not just about a cognitive mental connection, it's a energetic connection and an emotional connection, and really just feeling the presence of your higher self and the divine. And also, it's like sitting in that energy. We always want to make things so logical, and your brain wants to be able to logically hear thoughts and understand concepts, but there's a stillness and a peace that we need to be finding in the energy of our higher selves, in the energy of Christ consciousness, of higher love frequency. um, It is the 1st of November today when I'm recording this, so those numbers 111 is significant as well. It's about new beginnings, it's about manifestations. Um, and I feel like the next 11 days leading up to the 11th of November, which is 11/11, which is a portal day, a really significant portal day. Um, this time period is about aligning with our higher self, our highest timeline, our true self, with the frequency and the vibration of love, so that we can manifest in alignment with our higher self and our highest good. 11/11 is also, I'm getting marriage. It is the marriage of the masculine and the feminine with the God frequency, the Holy Trinity. And that is an energetic spiritual marriage, but as within, so without, as above, so below. We can manifest that in the tangible, in a partnership as well. And it can look many different ways for many of us, because we are all different and our paths are different and our purposes are different. So that can also be a twin flame energy, but it can also be a soulmate energy, and you don't even have to subscribe to any of those concepts. But we could be manifesting new relationships, and again, that can be romantic or it can be platonic, depending on what your purpose is at this time for this new journey, this next phase of your life. And it does feel like for many of us, we are going into Scorpio season, that there is a major death and rebirth, death of an old self and a rebirth of a new self, but also almost like a whole new life. Like, you might have had certain dreams and visions for your life, and you may have already lived that, whether you are 25 or 35 or 65. You might have lived that out. Like, you wanted to have a family and whatever that looks like, and then you had that, and now you might be going into this next half of your life, or this next leg of your life, being single and traveling the world, or vice versa. You could have first focused on career and thought you were going to be a eternal bachelor or bachelorette and just make money and live fabulously. And now you are going to have a child, or you're going to go and live on a farm off grid, like whatever that looks like. It can be a whole new career change, it can be a spiritual rebirth where you're really not the same person you were before. So there's some sort of alchemical marriage that is happening. And again, it can look very different for all of us. Before I recorded this video, I heard Matrimony by Wale featuring Usher. And the words that were standing out was, if there's a question of my love, I've been making plans for you. Now, again, these things are also symbolic. We can resonate with it differently. I have been feeling like my higher self, or you can even look at it as your future self or your inner self, whatever, has been sort of reassuring me. And my masculine aspect has been committing to my higher self, to my path, to my soul calling, and saying, yeah, I'm here for this. I'm here for this no matter what, no matter how hard it gets. So your inner masculine and feminine energies can be coming together in a very sacred, deeply spiritual way. And you just, if your life doesn't look any different, you're just more balanced and more grown mentally, emotionally. You don't react to the things that you used to the same way. Your heart space might be more open, and you might be more loving and understanding. You might be more assertive and take action on the things that you want to create in your life. You might be more intuitive and understand life and higher concepts in a new way. And it can look different from us. And the work that you're doing is just the same, but now it's so much more fulfilling because another aspect of you is coming through. Sort of marrying the different aspects of yourself, parts of yourself that might have been hidden, suppressed, or lost in some way. And I feel like even past life aspects are coming all together in this one lifetime. These two cards came out as I was sitting down. This one says Atsum. It's a number 22 card, which is a master number. And in this card, there's a girl here and a guy here, and she is sensing energies around her. There's an angel, a grandmother, possibly another ancestor, and even a fairy over here. And my bird is tracking along. And we have so much angelic presence, divine presence with us. And it's Halloween, it's Scorpio season. The veil is extremely thin at this time. So, you might be able to sense things more depending on how far along your journey are. On your journey you are. Your spiritual gifts might just be heightening, or they might just be activating. But it's almost like your angels are saying, we've got you, we're right here. We are whispering in your ear when you need us. We are comforting you when you need us. We are giving you the insights when you need us. And your ancestors, whatever you are doing now in this life is a continuation of what they did. And it's for them as much as it is for you. And so they are here to help you. Even in cases where you've had bad relationships with some of the people that have passed on, obviously once they transcend, they are in a higher energetic consciousness and state of being. And the negative emotional attachments we have in the 3D is not there. There was a purpose for whatever role we played in each other's lives. And we've got so much backup. And your divine team, your ancestors want you to communicate with them. Even if you're not that tapped into your spiritual gifts, if you ask, the information, the guidance, the support will come through in a way that you will be able to accept and understand. This card also encourages us to know that we have access to the Akashic records, and so much from past lives, and even just collective consciousness, and whatever when we align to our higher selves, like if you are meant to do a specific thing, it's almost like you can download the program for knowing how to do the thing that you are meant to do. Um, but we need to align to it energetically. Our hearts and minds need to accept that, yes, this is my path. I'm going on this path. I'm choosing it. I'm committing to it. I don't know how, but I'm open to the guidance and the help that I need to be this. You need to trust yourself. You need to know yourself. You need to have confidence that you can do it. You need to be able to um, drown out the noise from the world. People that will tell you, no, don't do that. You can't do that. That's not normal. Whatever the case may be. But there are still a lot of things that are up in the air. And you have to trust that if you are confused and lost and uncertain mentally, because we used to exist in such a very logically linear, planned way that it you could predict what was coming next because you were controlling the situation and you were only acting in a 3D way and only from your masculine energy and not connecting to your feminine energy, your higher chakras, your spiritual gifts. So, because we are navigating the world in such a very different way, there are things that um, this 3D version of us can't really comprehend. And sometimes, even if we can really comprehend at high levels, our ego might still get in the way. We might sabotage, we might be afraid or uncertain, or, you know, um, tell ourselves different stories just because we can't fathom that maybe something really, really big and amazing is going to happen and like really unique, and that happened to me. Um, so what we need comes through to us when we need it, but we need to allow it. Let's see what else from the Akashic Tarot wants to come through today. Ooh, those two just jumped out. Okay, we have will, wisdom, and mind. That's a number 20. And so far, we've only got major arcana. There's such major things happening in our world. Here, there's a crown, and then there's the water and the fire symbol. And I'm also getting again masculine and feminine energy, but tapping into both water and fire energy. It's emotional, it's loving, it's gentle, but strong and firm. And then there's also a fiery aspect about passion and excitement, and drive and motivation. So I'm getting masculine, feminine energies from that. And when we embody more and more of our higher selves, right? It's like we are now um, the wisdom and the power of a higher consciousness being embodied in a body. And I think for all of us, this last number of years has been really difficult because we've been going through an ascension, change on a DNA level, on a cellular level, on an energetic level, on an emotional level, a mental level. There's been and on a physical level in our world. There's so much change, and it's a lot for our physical bodies to experience. Um, but you need to know that you are more than just this avatar, the role that you've played up to this point, and that your role can and will change. We also have birth. There's definite, and this is number 4, which is stability, foundations. We are birthing a stable new foundation. Um, and possibly birthing new souls into this world, if that is part of your purpose, or birthing a new life for the children that you already have, um, birthing a life for your inner child that is now healed from so many things it's experienced prior in this life. Um, when we heal the past versions of ourselves, um, it creates a new version of us. Your inner child, your inner teenager, your inner early adult version of yourself, um, whatever it, those aspects of yourself experience, you become new as you heal those aspects of your past. And so we've had um, a lot of our past traumas coming up in the last 5 years, I would say. We also have the Eight of Keys, the Master, Artisan, and here this apprentice is receiving, you can't see it on camera, all these gems from his mentor, teacher. It's sort of like a metaphorical passing of the baton from your higher self to you, like you're not an apprentice anymore. There you go. It's time to step into my role. Um, your higher self version is you now, because you've gone through a process of self mastery. And this can even look like mastering a certain craft or skill, career, job in this lifetime. But um, for you to be really good at anything, it's not, I mean, when you learn to play an instrument, like if you play the piano or the guitar or something like that, um, or you become a really skilled writer or whatever, it's not just about knowing the chords and being able to play the instrument physically. There's a lot of neurological changes that happens when you play that instrument. There is energetic changes from the vibration of the music. There's emotional things that happen. You become a whole new person when you master an art or a skill. And I mean, that can even be public speaking or being a teacher. For you to be a real, say you teach in a school, you teach children. For you to be a really good teacher, you can be a teacher and you can be a teacher. For you to be a really good teacher, you need to be able to connect with your students and be able to understand how to bring them the information in a way that they can receive it, not just, okay, I'm giving you this and you just need to accept it. You need to be able to communicate well. You need to be able to um, create something for them to receive. There's so many aspects that go into play for us to master anything. Um, and if we don't master our inner selves, mastering the outer thing, it almost becomes a dead thing. There has to be emotion that goes into something. There has to be loving energy or a specific energy that comes through whatever we're creating. Because we communicate on many more levels than just verbally and audibly. We can sense things even if we aren't fully aware that we are sensing things. We have the three of forces at the bottom of the deck, the bird's nest. You could have been in a nesting phase, in a cocoon phase, in a hermit mode, or in and out of it. I'm hearing it's time to fly. You can fly now. I think for many that this whole family aspect is really important right now. Nurturing your children or the people around you. I mean, you could even be looking after your older parents, or you could be in a stable position where you could be looking after people around you in some way. It could be financially, it could be emotionally, you could be you could be the one that everyone goes to for advice. You could be um, helping people with their health and well-being at this time. There's this nurturing energy of certain energies and souls and people that are entrusted to us, not as a superior, but as this is the role I play in the community of my soul family. Um, and for us to fully step into the correct role, we need to let go of the role that society chose for us. You grew up in a certain culture, in a certain race, in a certain place, and the people there do this. And you have a cap or a limit, and we don't do anything else. And you might have been the one that steps out of that mold, that norm, that now goes and does something completely different. And going through that is an initiation and can often feel like it's meant to stop you and block you, but it's meant to prepare you as well, because for you to have a different role and acquire the skills for it, you need to have a different path, and it's not always comfortable having a completely different path to everyone else that you know. Let's cut the deck and get one more message before we close off. And we have the Akashic field, the One of Forces. This did come out in the reverse. I'm just reminded now that we've had two M-class solar flares today, and that's that fire energy coming through. It's sort of like even the sun is helping us burn through the lower density aspects of this world and energetically, and those energies are affecting us because we have a magnetic field, we have an energetic field, and it's changing things on so many different levels in our personal beings, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, but in the world as well. And you know, with these scientific chemical changes that happen in the world, I know the auroras are much more visible at certain times, and that's the physical manifestation of this. But the energetic manifestation is those energies being much more accessible to us to be able to consciously or subconsciously receive light codes from the sun, vibrations, information. I think we can all see how, um, you know, messages are transferred through music, whether there's someone singing or playing an instrument, you can hear a message, whether you're watching a movie or reading a book or hearing someone tell a story, or seeing something out in nature or having an experience, having dreams, and just knowing things that you don't know how you should know. I do want to read the message for the Akashic field in this book, to close off. One of Forces. There may be some agitation in your energy field, or the energies of those around you. You may be going through some sort of crisis, or you may be on the receiving end of some grief or hostility, which is really throwing you for a loop. Your worry and panic is splitting your energy and causing a frantic vibration. You need to know that the universal consciousness of creation is still available to you. Eternal inspiration is always vibrating around you. But until you calm down and rein in the emotional intensity, you will be like a radio station tuned to the wrong frequency and picking up only static. The field and the world is filled with potential solutions to the very problems that are making you upset. So stop, take a step back, and try to get a new perspective on things. It may be advisable to look into past life influences, for they vibrate in the Akashic field as well. And that can look like having a session with a trained person that can do past life regressions. You can do past life meditation, guided meditations. You can find them on YouTube. Things will come through in your dream state. You can get readings, or you can just ask for the information to be brought to you in the best way possible. I've had spontaneous past life regressions where I've just had flashes of visions of places and things that I've experienced before. And unless you know that that's what it is, you know, it could just be something that you don't pay attention to. But a lot is coming through in our dream spaces. So write down your dreams when you wake up. What else is there? Like the Akashic field, the aurora borealis flows with energy and brilliance as charged particles from the sun interact with atoms in the Earth's atmosphere. The 93 million miles from the sun to the earth is nothing compared to the limitless consciousness of the Akashic field. All information, power, energy, and experience vibrate within the realm of unending truth and possibility, and every bit of it can be yours. There are amazing opportunities that abound at this time. You can increase and accelerate the experience by opening the doors to the Akashic records. Your life force energy resonates with universal synchronicity, so you can explore the records and receive exactly the information that you need and the energy that can help. Engage in the pursuit with a conscious focus. Write your intentions and ask for inspiration. Meditate in the Akashic field and visualize your goals. The universe is ready and willing to align with the heartfelt desires, and now is the time to make it happen. When things are often going very challenging in the world, sometimes you need to carve out time to write intentions, write goals, make a vision board, fantasize and dream about what you would like your life to look like. Get clear on the things that you don't want. Put that aside and don't focus your energy on it. Feel the feeling of what it would be like to live the life and be the person and have the things that you really, really want. We have a new moon coming up on the 13th. So it would be a good idea to write your new moon intentions. Maybe reflect back on past intentions that you may have set and see which intentions have come to fruition, and which intentions have changed and are no longer align with you, and write new intentions or set new intentions, and you can do that in whichever way works best for you. I feel like writing is always a good manifestation tool because it's a form of physically putting down something that might just be in your head or in your energy field or in your heart, for instance. And I mean, intentions. My last new moon intention list that I wrote was in the form of a gratitude list, writing it as um, thanking, being thankful and grateful that I am able to have that experience, um, as if it was already manifested. And I mean, your intention list could be writing a love letter to your higher self or to yourself, thanking yourself for being this person and having had these experiences and for doing the work. And um, you might want to write to yourself and say, I forgive myself for these experiences and what my role I played in it. I thank myself for um, what I've had to go through and where I am and what I've done and whatever else. And you can even address that letter to God or the universe, or have a conversation with your higher self in a letter form or speak it out loud. These are all forms of manifestation, and manifestation is alignment. And for alignment, we need truth, we need honesty, we need knowing, we need to feel the energy of what we want. So that requires confidence and being grounded and centered, but still connected and still open and receptive, which is the masculine and feminine aspects of who we are. Um, okay. Usually, when I do readings like this, I don't always remember what I said by the end of it, but I hope some of it is helpful and lands in some way for you. If it did, please let me know. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to join me in another video, I would like to see you there. Thank you for watching.